Hello everyone, I am here to tell you about my line of inquiry, implementing best practices and support for substitute teachers. My name is Danielle Lofgren, and I am a graduate student in the Educational Leadership Program at Gonzaga University. I am here because I felt it was time for me to continue and bolster my role in the educational field. I have felt that I have leadership potential and needed a push in the right direction. I am also here to tell you the why, what, and how we can better support our substitute teachers. Through my time as an undergrad at Gonzaga, I discovered my passion for social justice in giving a voice to marginalized groups. Substitute teachers fit that classification because they are necessary in schools but do not always receive the support, training, or professional development that they need for their success in the classroom. I have a short video that highlights some of the null curriculum and nuances that teachers understand, but substitute teachers may not.
All right, listen up, y'all. I'm y'all substitute teacher, Mr. Garvey. I taught school for 20 years in the inner city, so don't even think about messing with me. Y'all feel me? Okay, let's take roll here. Jay Quellen. Where's Jay Quellen at? No Jay Quellen here?
Yeah. Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be. Y'all wanna play? Okay, man. Come on, Jay Quellen. Balake. Where is Balake at? No Balake here today. Yes, sir.
My name is Blake.
Are you out of your... Blake? What? Do you want to go to war, Balake? No. Because we could go to war.
No.
I'm for real. I'm for real. So you better check yourself. D-nice. Is there a D-nice? This whole class is gonna feel my wrath. Now, D-nice.
Do you mean Denise?
You say your name right now.
Denise?
Say it right.
Denise.
Correctly.
Denise.
Right.
Denise.
Right.
D-nice.
That's better. Thank you. Now, Aaron, where are you? Where is Aaron right now? No Aaron, huh? Well, you better be sick, dead, or mute, Aaron. Here? Oh, man. Why didn't you answer me the first time, Sam? Huh? I'm just asking you. I said it like 4 times, so why didn't you say it the first time I said Aaron?
Because it's pronounced Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron! Let's in office right now and tell me exactly what you did. Oh, Shaq Hennessy!
Principal O'Shaughnessy?
Get out of subordinate! And churlish. Timothy.
Present.
Thank you.
However satirical, there is some truth behind this video. The fact that this video is popular and relatable highlights a need for a standard of success for our substitute teachers. There are some substitute teachers who believe they must be tough in order to earn respect or establish control in the classroom. This is often due to a lack of emotional and social support. Furthermore, a lack of rapport or awareness of diverse learners, lack of understanding or experience with current practices, and not understanding education for all kinds of minds are examples that this video illustrates through a disconnect of substitute teachers in the classroom. If we, as teachers and leaders in the schools, can provide a welcoming and supportive environment, as well as comprehensive training for substitute teachers, we can actualize a new cycle of acceptance and inclusivity that inspires the continuation of and a culture for learning. An article written by Stephanie Nicole paints the harrowing picture of what it's like to be a substitute teacher, as the title of her article is "The Mistreatment of Substitute Teachers, What It's Like to Be Just a Sub." She discusses teachers' negative mentality towards substitute teachers and even undermining their abilities in front of students. When students see these behaviors, they perpetuate the cycle of disrespect towards teachers, substitute teachers, which furthers the narrative that they are just a sub. My grandfather started as a substitute teacher and recalls receiving a barrage of spitballs every time he turned around. Needless to say, he did not stay in the educational field for very long. In addition, administrators do not always see or understand the expectations and capabilities of a substitute beyond a placeholder. For example, I spent one semester as a long-term substitute for first grade, and when a full-time teaching position was available for the following year, I was told that I did not have enough experience. It did not make any sense that I was permitted to sub with all the same teaching responsibilities and expectations, but not even granted an interview. To combat the negative stigma surrounding substitutes, an article from retired Principal Kevin O'Connor and book by Jill Viollet and Amanda Von Moose both describe the responsibility of schools to build and maintain relationships with substitute teachers. Between kindergarten and 12th grade, students spend the equivalent of 1 year with a substitute teacher, so it is imperative that substitutes receive buy-in and support from administrators. O'Connor, Viollet, and Von Moose emphasize positive admin support, stating, "One of the responsibilities of the principal is to bring out the best in substitute teachers. Administrators should help substitutes feel welcome, confident, and included in the school. This is recognized within Dr. Selena's conceptual framework through relational trust. As a result, positive relational trust yields increased willingness from the substitute teacher to ask questions, learn more about the school, and feel more engaged with the school community. School-wide support through administrator and teacher leadership provides substitute teachers with better foundations for building relationships and a more concise understanding of their expectations." Substitute teachers also need better training and opportunities for professional development. Many states and school districts only require a high school diploma to work as a substitute, and some of those states do not provide much training or preparedness other than some basic orientation. Many substitutes are hired, learn the bare minimum of the school district policies, and then sent into the classroom with little to no further support. No one to discuss issues, to celebrate successes with, and no one to step in when they are struggling. This is problematic, especially if there are issues. Substitute teachers will get blamed and not much will be done to rectify or find solutions, thus continuing the notion that substitutes just can't handle it. Nicole expresses the need for appreciation and that constructive criticism is welcome as long as the teacher isn't constantly berating a substitute for every single mistake. Substitute teachers have many responsibilities and expectations. Unfortunately, their successes can get lost in their mistakes along the way. With sufficient and effective training in areas such as classroom management, curriculum and instruction, student safeguarding, and culturally relevant and responsive teaching, substitute teachers will be much better prepared and more confident in leading the class. The National Education Association, substitute certification websites, and individual school district websites revealed that about half of the United States permit substitute teachers to possess only a high school diploma or equivalent to be in the classroom. I researched each state's requirements and found that 23 states require a high school diploma or GED equivalent, 10 require 60 credits or an associate's degree, and 14 require a bachelor's degree. However, these numbers are the minimum, as many larger districts require and prefer at least 2 years of college, while still more prefer a bachelor's degree. There are also some interesting statistics that show some correlation with degree requirements and job satisfaction. These data were taken from substitute reviews on Indeed.com, where substitute teachers could give their school district a ranking. I compiled the mean, median, and mode from 5 large U.S. school districts to show substitute average job satisfaction. Miami-Dade, with the lowest degree requirements of 30 hours, offers the most substitute preparedness training and was one of the highest ranked districts in job satisfaction. Boise requires a bachelor's degree and provides sufficient substitute training and also has high reviews, but because the sample size is so small, it is difficult to accurately compare. Salt Lake, Seattle, and Chicago all require bachelor's degrees in any field, but do not provide much training beyond some orientation, and they all show the lowest mean job satisfaction. This graph shows some of the pros and cons that were explained in the reviews. This type of data can be useful to teachers and administrators when creating better training programs for substitutes. We can see here that substitutes were most happy with teachers and administrator support, opportunities for teaching experience, and flexibility in schedule. However, some reported they were not happy with the support they received, as well as pay, benefits, and job security. Slowly but surely, there is more research and motivation for additional research to provide better conditions for substitute teachers. The COVID pandemic further exposed the low pay and benefits for substitute teachers. Some substitute teachers do not receive any benefits, such as health insurance, and as a result, schools saw many unfilled vacancies because risk for substitutes did not outweigh the reward. Furthermore, there are conflicting ideas on what level of education should be required for substitute teachers. Schools want qualified individuals with education experience, but there are plenty of people that are capable of providing coverage but do not have a degree, and schools just need coverage, so they do need to lower the requirements in some cases. So what's the right answer? Schools need substitute teachers, so more must be done in order for classes to be covered with confident, competent individuals whose shared interest in continuation of student learning is paramount. Extensive training and professional development should be standard state to state, regardless of one's level of degree and experience. Because data and research surrounding the training and support for substitute teachers is limited, this becomes a difficult and daunting task that calls for systemic change. In my action plan, I have outlined two simultaneous plans. One is for substitute teachers and one is for full-time permanent teachers. For the substitute teachers, I have two parts, each 45 days. The first part includes detailed plans that incorporate various training workshops and professional developments in classroom management, school curriculum, student safeguarding, and culturally responsive teaching. Also included orientation, new substitutes paired with returning substitutes, an overview of school policies, and check-ins, and an implementation of substitute support group. For the second part, I have more detailed information of curriculum and instruction, social skills, student achievement, tips and tricks for extra time, restorative practices and safeguarding, and additional check-ins and celebration. I made sure that there are checkpoints along the way to celebrate successes with opportunities to meet with other teachers, admin, and experienced substitutes about challenges and to gain support. For the teachers and administrators, I provided a 45 plan that outlines better practices for supporting and providing effective lesson plans. Often teachers are not sure how to prepare for their substitute, so they leave the class with busy work or a video, thus the students dubbing any time with a sub an easy day. Inviting teachers to attend orientation with substitute gives them the opportunity to meet substitutes that will be in their classroom. This can help guide them towards realistic expectations for lesson plans, provide clarity and completeness of schedule, student information, easy access and availability of materials, as well as communication and opportunities for feedback. All of this helps to provide the continuation of learning within the classroom. Finally, providing a masterclass from other educators on how to support substitute teachers encourages the importance of relational trust. What I have learned and found validation for throughout the program and through my research is that change and progress is good and should be encouraged. I have fully embraced the notion of challenging the process from Kuzen-Posner's 5 practices of exemplary leadership. Utilizing my ability to challenge the process with relational trust at the forefront, it is imperative that substitute teachers receive more frequent administrative and staff support. This ensures that the substitute feels comfortable, welcome, and prepared for the day. Substitutes should receive relevant and quality training and access to district professional development to improve confidence and competency in the class, as well as provide opportunities to meet other teachers and administrators in the district and schools. To achieve this will require systemic reform, better pay, benefits, consistency with job placement, and timely communication provide a better learning environment for the students and is inclusive of substitute teachers, thus resulting in a better educational community all around. Thank you.